My head hurts. I drank way too much whiskey. Oh, my stomach. Oh, this is gonna be a bad one. Gotta run, gotta run. Oh, come on, come on. Oh, God. Oh, mercy. Oh, please. Oh my God. Oh, it hurts. Oh, damn. Oh, oh, oh. What? No water? Oh, pipes must be frozen again. Well, why would I ever want to wash my hands anyway? I'm gonna take a nap. Wait, what? Okay, okay. I'm coming. I have to remember to do a cheerful greeting. Okay, here goes. Jackrabbit Airline Escort, your ticket to the Mile High Club. Mackenzie speaking.
Mackenzie, it's Vito. You're late on your payment. Mr. Gambino wants his money.
Business has been slow lately. I need a little more time.
No, listen to me, Mackenzie. Tomorrow I will come and pay you a visit. Then either you give me the money or I will break every bone in your body. Capiche?
Oh, damn. There is no way I can pay Gambino. I guess it's time to skip town. I'll head for some remote place in Canada. He will never find me there. Okay, time to pack. My distress pistol. Fireworks that shoot out of a gun. Great invention. I'll bring this along. My medication. Painkillers, uppers, downers. A pill for every occasion. And my emergency food supply for when I get the munchies. Right. Let's load this up. And I'm ready to go. Wait, am I forgetting something? Ah, yes, my parka. Canada's gold. I should have napped longer. Oh, I'm so sleepy. Maybe I should take some amphetamine. Wait, what happened to the power? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no! Oh, that hurt a lot. Oh, ow, 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 ow. Ah! What the? Ah! Let's lay down for a minute. Whew. Wait, I I should really bandage up my hand. Oh, no. Where did I leave my bandages? Let's see here. Yeah. Let's put that on there. Like this. Ah, that's better. Let's take some more cloth for when I need to make some more bandages. Hey, it's my diary. Let's take that along. And, yeah. Let's make a fire so I can warm up. Let's see, I need some more wood. Yeah. More cloth. Firewood. Excellent. Okay. Let's start a fire. Let's plop that down over there. Let's not burn my diary. Let's start with this stick. Come on. Well, let's get the firewood on there. Great. Getting warmer already. Whew. Hey, there's a bed over here. Oh, that nap is long overdue. I feel slightly better. Still very cold. Fire went out. Let's start a new fire. Stick. Okay. There you go. Let's melt some snow while I warm up. Then let it boil and drink it. All warmed up. Whew. Now, let's find civilization. Onwards. I think I can get across here. Oh dear. I think I can climb up there. Drop this. More climbing. More climbing. Hmm. Are those pieces of my plane? I think they are. Oh, that's my plane. Hmm. Let's see if I can salvage some stuff. Hmm. Not much left. A flare. Yeah, I'm taking that one. What a mess. Is that? Oh yeah, my meds. Ooh, come to Papa. Now what's this? What's in here? Carbonated water, high fructose corn syrup, natural flavors, blue 1 and red 40? What's that? Like the pills? I'll just take it along. I think I can climb up here. Yeah. Oh, I'm getting tired. I think it's getting darker too. Need to find some civilization soon. Are those bunnies? I think they are. Ooh, it's multiple bunnies. Hey bunnies, wanna play? Hahaha. Come here, little bunnies. Come here. Woo. Oh, I shouldn't be running. Too tired for that. Yeah, bunnies. Lead the way. Yeah. Find me a proper place to sleep. Come on, little bunnies. Ooh, they're so cute. Now you don't see me, and now you do. Haha. Wait, where did they go? Huh. Must have gone down the rabbit hole, I guess. Oh well. More climbing. That way? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I see a radio tower up ahead. Let's see. How can I get there? There it is. Must be getting close. Wow, that's an impressive tower. Let's see what's in there. Charcoal? Oh, let's just take it along. Whew, it's heavy though. Well, no matter. Taking it along. Yet more climbing. Is that? Yeah! I think I see a house down there. A big house from the looks of it. Great. Ah, soon I get my rest. I need at least a 12-hour sleep. Wait, that's a that's a whole town. Wow. It 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 looks deserted though. Yeah, definitely looks deserted. You know what? If there's anyone here, they would be in the biggest house. So let's explore that one. Milton. Okay. At least now I know where I am. Let's see if anyone's home. Hello? Damn, dark in here. Let's light one up. Hello? Anyone home? Wow. Looks deserted. I don't think there's anyone here. Let's check all rooms to be sure. Go here. Toilet. Is that thermal underwear? Yeah, it's mine now. Hey. Yeah. Bandages. Mine. Just trash. Or is that ski boots? Okay. Well, I guess all the stuff is mine now. Yeah, no one here. I hereby officially claim this house mine. Now, for that 12-hour sleep. Ooh, yeah. Dear Diary, today is the first day of my new life in Canada. Yesterday I crash landed here after running away from that loan shark Gambino. I found a small abandoned town called Milton and I claimed the biggest house for myself. That sucker is never gonna find me here. After a 12-hour sleep, I started to search the house for supplies. I found some useful stuff, like a decent pea coat. Haha, pea. But I also found stuff that's not so useful. In the living room, I found a hunting rifle, just lying there on the floor. This could solve a lot of my problems. Well, it only had 3 bullets in it, so I guess it can only solve 3 of my problems. When I was done, I decided to search all the other houses in town as well. And again, I found some useful stuff and some not so useful stuff. I decided to take everything with me anyway. When I entered the Milton Bank, I thought I finally found someone else, but it turned out to be a corpse. I guess he ran out of credit. The bank was pretty ransacked already. But in the back there was a really old safe that was super easy to crack. Barely an inconvenience. I just put my ear very close to the dial and I could clearly hear
when the tumblers fell in place. Jackpot! A big wad of Canadian cash and some military rations. At the time I was very excited about the money, but in hindsight the food is probably more valuable, because in this deserted town there is nothing to spend the money on. On my way back home, I had so much stuff with me that I could barely walk. I did, eventually, get it all home, and I stashed it in the kitchen. All in all, it was a very productive first day. Dear Diary, today I decided to venture outside of town to see what's across the old bridge. At the end of the road, I saw a small church. I decided to investigate. But when I got close, I heard a strange noise. It was a wolf. I quickly entered a nearby car. It didn't look like the wolf was gonna leave anytime soon. I checked my gear to see if I had anything to kill this thing. I brought my rifle, but it only had 3 bullets, and I decided to save them for when I really needed them. Instead, I solved this problem like I solve most of my problems. Just wait it out. After a 1-hour nap, the wolf was gone, so I proceeded into the church. There was not much useful things inside, just some dusty old books. I took them with me all the same. They will probably burn just fine. Back outside, I continued down the road around the bend. And just when I had forgotten about the wolf, I saw it again further down the road. So I got off the road and ran for the hills. And I managed to elude the wolf. Stupid mud. At the other side of the hills I found it. The majestic beast. The Canadian moose. Oh yeah. This was the right time to get my hunting rifle out. I remember the hunt very well. Finally, after shooting it 3 times, I killed it with my last bullet. Glorious! As I admired my kill, I wanted to take a trophy. I reckoned its hide would make a great rug for my living room. So I took out my knife and proceeded to skin the beast. While I was doing this, I heard the wolf again in the distance. So as soon as I finished my job, I went back home. On my way back, it occurred to me that I should have taken the moose's ball sack. Those things are rugged and huge. It would make a great satchel. I decided I would come back for it the next day. The wolf must have smelled the moose hide, because it was following me. I tried to run, but the hide was very heavy and I had to slow down repeatedly to catch my breath. Finally, I made it back home and put down my prize. Marvelous. It does stink a lot though. I spent the rest of the evening repairing my clothes until it was too dark to see. Tomorrow I'm gonna go back to that moose and get me that ball sack. Dear Diary, yesterday I shot a moose. And today I got up bright and early because I was going back to that moose and get its ball sack. You know, to use as a satchel. Outside it was very cold. It felt like 1 degree out there. Or as the Canadians would say, about minus 17 degrees Celsius, eh? I was a bit worried that the wolf would still be there as well, because after hunting the moose, I had no more bullets left. I did have a plan for that though. I once read that wolves are afraid of fire, so I took along plenty of firewood, and matches and tinder to light a fire while harvesting the ball sack. And I took along some flares for if I had to scare off any wolves on the go. So all in all, I felt pretty confident about this trip. When I got past the church, however, I saw the wolf again, at the same location it was the day before. So again, I ran for the hills and managed to elude the wolf once again. Wolves are so dumb. After a big detour, I finally arrived at the moose. Oh, and there were some bunnies here as well. They are just so cute and cuddly and all right, the moose. Let's see, what did I do next? Oh yeah, I proceeded to start a campfire to scare the wolf. Oh, and at this point to warm up as well. After I got the fire going, it was time to harvest the ball sack. And I figured I would also take some of its guts. They could function as handles for the satchel. And while I was at it, I would cut off some meat as well, because moose meat is mm, mm, mm. Can't have enough moose meat. It made me hungry just thinking about it. So I decided to cook some of that moose meat right there and then. And what's a great thing to do while the meat is cooking? Well, get more meat, of course. At this point, it started to get very windy, and it was hard to keep the fire going. So I threw some dusty old church books on there. Now I was gonna have holy smokes moose meat. It tasted heavenly good. And now I wanted to harvest all the moose meat. But the fire was almost out and I had no more fuel to burn. So should I risk it? I decided to risk it. And I regretted it very soon after. Because what happened next will haunt my dreams for days to come. Oh shit! Get off! Get off! Get off! I had managed to fight off the wolf, but not before it bit me in the neck. I was bleeding bad, and I had no bandages. I had to run home. That's where I left the bandages. I had to move fast before I bleed to death. I was leaving a whole trail of blood. If that wolf was still alive, it would have no problem following me. But it didn't follow me. No, not follow. But somehow, it got ahead of me. I don't know how it managed to do that. Maybe it wasn't the same wolf. Anyway, I took out my flare and I would throw it at the wolf to scare it. But the wolf didn't react to it at all. So I got out a second flare and I would throw it right in its face. Nothing. It didn't even flinch. So, more running. No, not the face! Get the out of here! Ah! This time, the wolf took a big bite out of my wrist, and I was so close to home. I just needed to go a little further. A little further. I finally made it back home. I went straight for the fridge, because that's where my painkillers are. And next, the freezer, to get the bandages and the antiseptic. I managed to apply it all just in time. I thought I was gonna die today, but I made it. Barely. Afterwards, I just wanted to sleep, but also I didn't want that moose meat go to waste. So I ate the moose meat I cooked earlier, and the uncooked moose meat, well, I threw that in my big fridge. Yep, the outside. And then off to bed. Yep, 12 hours of sleep again. And just before I dozed off, I vowed to have revenge on those wolves. The next day, my goal was clear. I needed to find more bullets so I could get my revenge on those wolves. Or it would also be great to find new weapons to fight the wolves, like an AK-47, or a flamethrower, or a bazooka. Oh yeah. So I ventured out beyond Milton again. This time in a different direction. I ended up at a farm. I found the farmer, but he was dead. Looting his corpse seemed like the right thing to do. I found a door key and I took his underwear too, because my underwear had gotten a bit dirty after fighting the wolf. When I left the barn, I encountered the wolf again. Quickly, I used the door key to get inside the farm. And inside, I proceeded to loot everything. And even though I didn't manage to find any weapons, I did manage to find bullets. Lots of bullets. Bullets in the bathroom, bullets in the study, bullets on the kitchen table, and lots of bullets in the pantry. All in all, I found 9 usable bullets for my rifle. So before I left the farm again, I loaded up my rifle. Now I was ready to get my revenge on the wolves. Ooh yeah. But when I got outside, there were no wolves to be seen. Typical. Well, it was getting late, so for now, I just went back home. But the next day would be Wolf Hunting Day! I know, today was gonna be all about hunting the wolves. But I had to reorganize my kitchen first. It was a mess. So, on the kitchen table, I put all my tools that can cause mischief and mayhem. I put all my water in one place. In the fridge, I had my food and all my stuff to make fire with. In the freezer, small tools and utensils and my meds. In one cabinet, I put all my clothes. And in another cabinet, I put my porn collection. And the rest of the cabinets are still empty. Plenty of room for the loot out there waiting to be collected. But first, it's wolf hunting time! Now, I didn't actually know where the wolf was, so I decided to go down the road in a direction I hadn't gone before. This way, if I didn't find the wolf, at least I would find a new area. But I got lucky. As soon as I left Milton, I could hear the wolves in the distance. And there it was, the wolf. And this time I was ready for it. I got out my gun and waited for the wolf to approach. BAM! And in the distance I saw two more wolves running. No problem for me, I got enough bullets left. The wolves had scared some deer. One of them almost knocked me over. And another one was caught by a wolf. While that wolf was occupied with the deer, I proceeded to hunt the third wolf. I waited for it to approach, and then... bullet in the head! Just one more wolf left. And you would think that this wolf would wisen up after seeing its mates get killed by me. But it didn't. It came to me, just like the others. So I readied my rifle and... headshot! Ooh, I love my gun. Love my gun. I'm gonna take it to bed with me. And because the bullets are so rare, I decided to pick up the empty casings. Maybe at some point I could figure out how to make new bullets from them. I mean, you never know. It might happen. At the moment I have no idea how to make bullets, but I have all the time in the world. So maybe at some point I will learn. And now it's time for the trophies. Ooh yeah. I wasn't just going to take its skin, I was gonna take its meat too. Yeah, I'm gonna eat that wolf. My revenge was gonna be sweet and tasty. And the hides? Well, I guess I'm gonna turn them into a coat and wear these wolves. Yeah, no wolf will mess with me ever again. I don't know how I'm going to make a coat out of wolf hides, but as I said earlier, I've got plenty of time to learn. Maybe I'll take an existing coat and sew the wolf hides onto there. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Harvesting these wolves took a long time. Crows started to circle their bodies, waiting for me to leave. I picked up the crow feathers that fell from them. Not sure what I'm gonna do with them, but I'll figure something out. And while I was at it, I decided to harvest the deer as well. Even though it was ravaged by the wolf earlier, it still had some good meat on there and its hide was mostly intact. When I was done harvesting, it was getting dark again. But I felt like I learned a lot about harvesting animals. Afterwards, I went to the nearby gas station. It was locked, but my pry bar turned out to be the right key. Inside, it was dark, but I managed to find some food anyway. I took it all with me. I'm not a picky eater. When I was done shopping, it was already dark outside, so time to go home and get a 12-hour sleep. Once I arrived, I dropped off all the meat I harvested. I don't like much about this cold weather, but I do like that it turns the outdoors into one giant fridge. How convenient. The next day, I cooked all the meat I harvested the days before. And that's it. That's all I did this day. I got the stove fire going with the rest of the books I found in church a few days ago. I wasn't going to read them anyway, and they would give the meat a divine aftertaste. I cooked the moose meat, the wolf meat, and the deer meat. All in all, I cooked 66 pounds of meat, or as the Canadians would say, about 30 kilos, eh? I only had 5 pots I could use for cooking, so I couldn't cook it all at once. While the meat was cooking, I passed the time by reading a book called Carnal Delights from my porn collection. but it turned out to be a book about cooking meat. So this day I learned a lot about cooking meat. When all the meat was cooked, I dropped it in my fridge and off to bed. Today was insane, as in not normal, but just absolutely mental, crazy, hopping, bonkers, mad. Okay, let me start at the beginning. This morning, I decided to explore the area where I first encountered the Canadian moose. I was still curious where the road would lead. I came across an abandoned car, and in the trunk I found a bottle of painkillers. Ooh yeah, so far my day seemed blessed. After looting the car, I opened the hood to indicate it had been searched. A bit further down the road, I left the road to explore a crevice in the rocks. I could see another bridge, and I met another bunny. I just love bunnies. I should get one as a pet. Well, but then I would have another mouth to feed. So let's hold off on that idea. The bunny led me to another abandoned car. The trunk contained a rotting deer carcass. At least, I think it was a deer. In the front, I found a box of rifle cartridges. Yep, the day got better and better. And when I left the car, I saw another rifle just lying there on the ground. I can't believe I didn't notice it earlier. The bunny must have distracted me. Of course, I took the rifle with me, even though I already had one, because dual-wielding hunting rifles is just awesome. But then, my luck started to change, because a bit further on, not only 3 bunnies came down the mountain, but also a bear. And not some cute cuddly teddy bear, but a big, mean, ferocious looking bear. So I slowly started to back up. Yep, time to leave. But as I was running away, I considered hunting the bear. I mean, I just found a box of ammo and a second rifle, and a bear rug would really complete my living room. But on the other hand, with this rifle it took 3 bullets to kill a moose. If I could not take down the bear fast enough, it would probably maul me pretty bad. I loaded up my rifle, just in case. When I left the crevice, I came up to the top of the bridge. There was no sign of the bear, so I proceeded to search all the cars on the bridge. I found a lot of useful stuff, and I do mean a lot of useful stuff. Finding all this stuff made me forget about the bear. Until that bear almost scared me to death. I quickly went inside one of the cars. And then it occurred to me I could pop outside, shoot the bear, and get back inside again. Brilliant idea. But the bear did not stick around and ran for the hills. Haha, what a coward. Now it's my turn to hunt. But then I became hunted again by a wolf. But no worries. I know how to deal with wolves by now. Put some bait down and let it come to me. Easy peasy. I picked up the bait again, but I wasn't going to skin the wolf just yet. Not with this bear around. And there it was again, the bear, coming slowly towards me. Actually, the bear was moving very slowly and gave me plenty of time to weigh my options. Was this the right time to dual wield? Or maybe I could use the wolf as bait. Do bears even eat wolves? Or I could go to a nearby car and use the in and out trick again. The car was a bit far though. I just could not decide which option was best. So in the end, I just went with my default solution. Just wait it out. And that worked. At first I couldn't believe it. Did the bear just fall down? Trip over the wolf? Or did it bleed out? Was it still alive? Nope, it was dead alright. And it fell right on top of the wolf. Well, time to get me that bear rug then. And while I was at it, I took some bear meat as well. I always wondered how bear meat would taste. And then it was time to go back home. At this point, I already pondered how crazy my day had been. I encountered a bear, I shot the bear, I killed a wolf, and then the bear died right on top of the wolf. But the day wasn't done with its craziness yet. Because when I got home, a wolf was waiting for me. Ah! Ah! Where do all these wolves come from? The hunt is back on. I was furious. What's up with all these wolves? I just needed to follow the trail of blood. If at the end of the trail the wolf was still alive, I would fill it with lead. But when I found it, it was already dead. I did hear many other wolves though. That's just insane. I already killed so many wolves, and they still keep coming. Where are they coming from? Wolves to the left of me, wolves to the right of me. This is just insane. Well, at least my skill with the rifle felt more natural. But at this rate, I would run out of ammo fast. It's just unnatural how many wolves I have encountered in the last few days. Well, no more wolf hunt. I just need to focus on survival. On my way back home, a frightening thought crept up on me. In town, there were no humans, but I have seen many, many wolves. What if the townsfolk all turned into werewolves? That makes my head spin. For now, let's get some sleep, and maybe tomorrow things will look differently. I gotta get out of this place, if it's the last thing I'll ever do. But seriously, I have to get out of Milton. This place is infested with werewolves. Well, I'm not sure if they are werewolves, but I am sure that they are aggressive, in great numbers, and each and every one of them is out to eat me. So they are definitely not normal wolves. There are 3 roads that lead out of Milton. One leads to a farm and is a dead end. The other leads to a collapsed canyon that I can't pass. And today I explored where the 3rd road leads. And of course, on my way there, one of those nasty wolves decided to check if I still had any bullets left. Yeah, I did. If only I had an infinite supply. It didn't take long to discover that the last road out of Milton led to a collapsed tunnel. There is no way I can dig this out, so I needed to find another way. I followed a path up the hill and found an abandoned pickup truck. Inside was a crowbar, also known as a universal key. And I found some pills. Not the best pills, but they are pills, so they are coming with me. I mean, why would I deal with my emotions if I can just take a pill to get the emotion I want? There was a deer on the hill, and some bunnies. That meant there probably wasn't any werewolf around. The bunnies seemed to get used to me. They don't even run away from me anymore. On top of the hill there was a rock with a climbing rope tied to it. This looked like a way out of Milton. At the least, it looked like it led to a place where the wolves could not follow. So I went back to my Milton house to pack my stuff. Tomorrow, I will leave this place forever. The next morning, I got up at sunrise, and after breakfast, I left my Milton house behind. Of course, I saw one of the werewolves on my way out. Bye bye, werewolves. I had packed as much as I could carry. Regrettably, that was not nearly as much as I wished. Running with this much stuff on me was nearly impossible. Luckily, today was a sunny day, not as cold as the other days. Almost made me want to just stay for one more day to enjoy it. But the werewolves howling in the distance made it clear that Milton was no longer home. I was packed to the brim and about to climb a mountain. So, the right time for coffee. Once I climbed down, I found out that I only reached an intermediate shelf. To get out of here, I had to climb up on the other side. After another swig of my special blend of coffee and pills, I proceeded to climb up. Once I reached the top, the view was beautiful. The ledge I was on was beautiful. In hindsight, it probably was my spiked coffee, but everything was beautiful. It was a brilliant high, but unfortunately, it was followed by an horrific low. It was as if I traveled through a dark tunnel of my subconsciousness. My head hurt, my feet hurt, and I think I exploded a few million brain cells. but I did manage to pull through and reach the end of the tunnel. Ah, a new region. I hope this region has less werewolves and more liquor, drugs and loose women. I spotted a small hut in the distance and made that my first destination. Inside, an old-fashioned safe caught my eye. My safe cracking skills were still up to par. And inside, I found the epic +1 boots of awesomeness. And they were exactly my size. And inside a locker, I found a fully inflated and just slightly used love doll. Hello, doll. Time for 12 hours of sleep. Well, 12 hours in bed anyway. Oh, last night. No. Let's not talk about last night. Let's talk about what happened today. I started off by exploring this new region. I found a dead, ravaged deer in a nearby barn. At first I was like, cool, free deer meat and a new deerskin rug. But I should have realized that a ravaged deer means that some creature ravaged it. I got another clue about this region when I got just across the first hill. I found a dead body. He had a book with him called Survive the Outdoors. Huh, I guess he forgot to read it himself. And across the next hill, another dead body. And pretty soon I would find out how these people ended up dead. Across another hill I arrived at a railroad track with a crashed train. Amongst the debris I found some pills. At least these can help me get through the hardships. At one end the track led into a tunnel and the other end led deeper into the region. I figured the track inside the tunnel would lead to another collapsed dead end. So I followed the track deeper into the region. And soon I encountered another one of those wild wolves. But when I got ready to serve it a bullet in the head, it fled from me in terror. I guess my new wolfskin coat scared the living bejeebles out of it. Although, a few moments later, the wolf regained its bejeebles and it continued to attack me. Which of course is a big mistake as long as I got any bullets left. I was about to continue my exploration, but then I realized I had left most of the cooked meat behind in Milton because it was too heavy to carry. So I decided to cut some prime meat from the wolf. It looks like this region is infested with werewolves too. I guess I can't stay here for very long either. But before I move on, I will search for more useful stuff. Like more bullets, more pills, and for reasons I don't want to go into, I could use a new inflatable companion. I came across a house with a sign that said Mystery Lake. I wonder what the mystery is. The lake itself wasn't hard to find. It was right next to the house. But before uncovering the mystery, I first explored the house. It was some sort of office. Using my pill finding skills, I quickly found a stash of pills. Upstairs, I found some more pills and a disturbing note. It described a deer clops that is haunting the lake. I wonder if that's part of the mystery. I mean, what's a deer clops? After searching the office, I went back outside to explore the mystery lake. But when I got on the ice, the snowfall got heavier and the wind started to pick up. and soon it escalated into a full-blown blizzard. Yeah, I wasn't going to uncover any mystery with this going on. I could barely see anything, so I hurried back to the office. Back at the office, I cooked the meat I harvested earlier while reading a book about wilderness cooking. My cooking skills improved a lot. My medium rare wolf steak now easily qualifies as haute cuisine. After a satisfying meal of meat supreme, I went to bed. A new day, a new opportunity to solve the mystery of the lake. Luckily, the blizzard had subsided. It was still very cold, but I wore several layers of clothes and I had put some slabs of cooked meat in my pants. When I got on the ice, I could see what appeared to be an outhouse on the middle of the lake. Why would there be an outhouse there? Now that is a mystery. Inside, I found a shitting hole, a piece of cloth, a newspaper and some matches, and a couple of bullets. You know, the usual things you might find in an outhouse. It even had a stove to keep you warm while taking a dump. A luxury outhouse. How quaint. When I left the outhouse, I saw another one a bit further on. Weird. And on the edge of the lake, there were several small cabins. I decided to go and investigate those. The first cabin didn't have anything useful in it though. Just some dusty old books, dusty food, scrap. The medicine cabinet didn't even have any pills. What a letdown. And when I got back outside, I encountered more bad luck. A wolf came to greet me. Well, say hello to my little friend. The next cabin I searched seemed to have nothing useful at first. But then I found it. My favorite childhood toy. Yes, it's Log from Blammo. What rolls downstairs alone or in pairs rolls over your neighbor's dog? What's great for a snack and fits on your back? It's Log, Log, Log. It's Log, Log. It's big, it's heavy, it's wood. It's Log, Log. It's better than bad, it's good. Everyone wants a log. You're gonna love it, Log. Come on and get your log. Everyone needs a log. Log, log, log. That put me in a great mood. Unfortunately, it would not last long. For in the last cabin, I found something terrible. Something straight out of a nightmare. I was out of there fast. I ran and I ran until I reached the camp office. I did not leave the office for the rest of the day. I spent my time tidying up the place a bit. Just a little bit though. I'm not planning on staying here for very long. Okay, I am not going back near the lake again. I shit my pants when I saw that deer clops. That reminds me. Maybe I should have put on some clean underwear. But it does feel nice and warm. And outside, in this cold, I can barely smell the stench. All the animals did run away from me though. Even the bunnies. So, when I encountered another corpse, I took his underwear. The underpants gnome strikes again. I continued up the hill until I reached the forestry lookout tower. When I reached the top, I had a great view of my surroundings. I felt the inner artist in me getting restless, so I decided to make a drawing of my surroundings. It's a masterpiece. I'll hang it near my bed. Inside the lookout, my pill detector went off and I immediately spotted a first aid kit. This contained the mother load. A bottle of pure alcohol, some grade A steroids, and high quality pills. Yeah, buddy, I'm gonna have a party. I also found another box of revolver ammunition. I have so many revolver cartridges right now. If I ever find a revolver, all my problems will evaporate. Or get evaporated by me, to be precise. I found several useful items in the lookout, but sadly I did not find a revolver. On the table I found a jar of peanut butter that smelled even worse than my underwear. I picked up a nearby book but could not read it because the stench from the peanut butter made my eyes water. I left the lookout tower and started my descent down the mountain. Going down was much faster than up. At the bottom, I reached some derailed train carriages. There was a deer corpse and a human corpse. And inside the train, another human corpse. Yeah, I won't be sad to leave this area behind. Further down the railroad tracks, I found the number one suspect for all these corpses. The big bad wolf. Well, I have just the answer for this furball. Bam! Play dead, little puppy. I continued down the railroad tracks and I reached a train passenger carriage. Inside, I found a book on how to make my own firearms. It even had a chapter on how to make bullets. This is exactly what I needed. Well, not exactly. It would be even better if I found firearms that are already assembled, loaded, and ready to fire silver bullets. But still, this is a good find. I resumed my exploration down the tracks, and when I reached a railroad bridge, another one of those pesky wolves was in my way. Time to put my rifle to good use again. Only this time I let the wolf come a bit too close. So when I shot it, its brains splattered all over me. At this point, I am so filthy, even my mother wouldn't recognize me. Damn, looks like I reached the dam. The pickup truck in front of the dam had a book about revolvers in the front seat. This gave me good hope that an actual revolver would be in the glove compartment. But no such luck. Inside the dam, I did not find many useful items. What I did find were lots and lots of spray paint cans. The dam was huge and it was getting late, so I decided to go back to the camp office and come back to search the rest of the dam tomorrow. On my way back, I encountered another wolf. There seemed to be no end to these mugs. Naturally, I served it some lead. And when I did, another wolf right next to me ran off in fright. I didn't even notice that wolf. They're getting sneaky. And yet another wolf was blocking my way. This is getting insane. It seems like for every wolf I shoot, two more pop up. Almost like a video game. When I reached my office base, I was exhausted. I went straight up and to bed for a 12-hour sleep. Just before I dozed off, I realized I still hadn't changed my soiled underwear. A new day, fresh underpants, and lots of spray paint cans. The day started so promising, but it would take a drastic turn pretty soon. At the beginning of the day, I set out to explore the rest of the dam. I did not pack a lot of things, so I would have plenty of room to loot new stuff. I got excited by the thought of all the items I might find in the dam. I went straight for the lower part of the dam. Hopefully, in this part, I would find more useful stuff than I found yesterday in the upper part. Because in the upper part, I found mostly spray paint cans. I have so many now, I could paint an entire house with them. When I arrived in the lower part, a dead body gave me a scare. I searched the body and found a bullet with the name Wolf written on it. I guess he also hated the wolves as much as I do. Don't worry, my friend. I will put this bullet where it belongs. When I got downstairs, I had to pee real bad. My bladder was about to explode. So, I decided to step out for a second to flood the lake. But when I was ready to head back inside, I found out the door had no handle on this side. I could not open it. I could not force it either. I locked myself out. Despair crept up on me. I left all my stuff behind. My pills, all the revolver ammo, the tools, log, and my stash of food and water. All was lost to me. Oh no. I feared I was going to starve to death because of this stupid mistake. My stomach already began to rumble at the thought. But when I got down to the lake, I saw a few bunnies. Bunnies can be food, right? But they're also so cute. I'm sorry, Bunny, but my survival takes priority. It still breaks me up that I had to kill it. And it turned out it wasn't even necessary to kill the bunny. Because further down the river, I found a cave. And inside the cave, I found an abandoned campsite. And this campsite had food. I mean, sure, it wasn't the best food, but it was better than eating an innocent bunny. I continued to explore the cave, and eventually I found another exit, and I ended up at a new region. I decided to climb to a high vantage point so I could see what this new region had to offer. On my way up, I discovered a small cave. And inside, I found more food and a book on how to butcher a bunny. Now, that's just insult to injury. When I reached the top of the hill, I found a broadcast station and a radio tower. Inside the radio station, I found a lot of useful stuff, like a new box of tools, and some accelerant, lantern fuel, firearm cleaning kit, sewing kit, and I even found a lot of food. Good food this time. Quality canned goods and a can opener to go with it. Even a bottle of drinking water. A new fire striker, and on the bed I found a revolver. But unfortunately, I left all the bullets in the camp office at Mystery Lake. After a good meal, I went to bed. That night, I had a nightmare about the bunny. No, don't kill me. No. I vowed to give it a proper burial the next day. Today, I buried the bunny. Well, not exactly buried, because as it turned out, the ground was frozen solid and I could not dig a hole. So, instead I laid the bunny beneath the radio tower. I figured the radio tower would serve as some sort of monument to this bunny. Rest in peace, my furry little friend. When I got down the hill, I reached a farm. This would make a great base for this region. So once inside, I started to search the place for useful items and organize my newfound loot. I didn't do much else this day. I was still saddened by the burial of my bunny. So I went to bed early to read a book. While I was reading, something strange happened. The light gave off a faint glow. It felt eerie. I got up to investigate the house. It had a strange glow about it. When I got downstairs, the radio started playing. What was going on? I went outside. Out here, all the lights were on as well. Even the radio tower was lit up in the distance. The whole sky radiated with colors. There was a full moon out, and in the distance I could hear the wolves howling. I could see one of the wolves in the field. It seemed to be glowing as well. That had to be the light playing tricks, right? But it wasn't. This wolf was definitely glowing with a menacing green glow. I didn't know whether to shoot it or run from it. When it got closer, I could see its eyes glowing in the dark. It scared the bejeebles out of me. I ran inside the house. This wolf was definitely supernatural. I needed some comfort food to calm me down. Some meat jerky and lots of chocolate. Afterwards, I went back upstairs and to bed. Tomorrow, I was gonna leave this region for good. Right. Glowing wolves is where I draw the line. I'm outta here. As soon as I got up this morning, I packed my stuff and left. I wasn't sure where I was going, but it was going to be somewhere where there aren't any wolves. Just outside the farm, I spotted a bear and a wolf in the distance. Well, I wasn't going that way. When I got across the river, I spotted 4 more wolves in the field. Yep, not going that way either. When I reached the mountains, I proceeded to climb up. My guess is that the wolves won't be able to climb, so that's where I will go. Some coffee to pep me up, and use the rope to get me up. Take a breather and up the next rope. The day had just begun and already I was exhausted. When I reached the next plateau, I saw another wolf. Maybe wolves can climb. Well, I continued going further up. And just to be on the safe side, this time I took the climbing rope with me. There seemed to be no more wolves here, but I was exhausted and my clothes got wet and cold from the snow. If I didn't find shelter soon, I would freeze to death. Well, I am writing this now in my diary, so you know that I didn't actually freeze to death, but I got very close. Eventually, I spotted a small hut, but I was so exhausted and cold I could barely walk. When I finally got inside, I immediately went to bed for a 12-hour sleep. It might actually have been longer than 12 hours, because when I woke up, a full day and night had passed. I woke up to the sound of wolves howling in the distance. Oh no, will they never leave me alone? After searching the hut and eating my breakfast, I continued my search for a wolf-free region. The lake in front of the hut also had an outhouse on it. Weird. But when I got inside, I found a fishing tackle and a book about ice fishing. Huh. I guess this wasn't an outhouse after all, but an ice fishing hut. That means that back at Mystery Lake, I could have fished sushi out of the lake. But instead, I took so many shits down that fishing hole, the fish are probably extinct by now. I mean, I take so many pills, my shits are practically chemical waste. The wolves howling in the distance made it clear I had no time for ice fishing now. So I continued my journey. On this journey, I encountered a bear. Luckily, it didn't notice me, so I hurried in the opposite direction. But soon after, I heard another wolf howling in the distance. I didn't see it at first, but it was too close for comfort. So again, I hurried in the opposite direction. At least I didn't need to worry about where I should go. I just went where the wild beasts aren't. I went across a chasm and continued my way until I reached another climbing spot. Luckily, I had enough cups of coffee left. And even more luckily, I hadn't spilled a drop. I was hoping that at this altitude there would be no more wolves. But no such luck. I encountered another wolf, and this one was ravaging a bunny. Poor bunny. But its sacrifice meant the wolf was distracted and it did not notice me. So again, I went in the opposite direction. But soon after, I encountered a bear. And this time, I could not go in the opposite direction, because the bear was in a chasm and there were only two ways to go. Back where the wolf is, or onwards. The bear hadn't noticed me yet, so I decided to sneak behind it. Eventually, I reached the cave and decided to hide in there for a while. I had a picnic, and afterwards I took a nap. Well, it was more than a nap actually, because when I woke up, a full day had passed. When I left the cave, I saw a wolf in the distance on one side, and a deer in the distance on the other side. Well, figuring out where to go was a no-brainer. Especially because on the side where the wolf was, there turned out to be a bear as well. I realized I was very lucky that these beasts had not found me while I was sleeping in the cave. A bit further on, I reached yet another climbing spot. Coffee time! Just the right amount of spiked coffee to be able to make the climb and not trip out of my mind. On the next plateau, I found a dead deer and a cave. Inside the cave was some firewood and a little bit of food and a can of soda. It was not enough though, because the days had passed so quickly, so had my food reserves. So I harvested the deer for some meat. The deer had already been ravaged by a wild animal, probably a wolf. So that meant I wasn't safe here either. I had to continue my journey. While harvesting the deer, a fog crept in, which made it hard to see where I was going. I reached another climbing spot, and this rope seemed to go on forever. I couldn't even see the top. My special blend of coffee wasn't going to cut it this time. I needed something stronger to be able to climb this mountain. A special injection of pure energy. Here we go. The effect was instant, but the effect was gone as soon as I reached the top. Crash and burn. I needed to find a place to lay down fast. Somewhere where I would not freeze to death. Luckily, I found a cave. I put down my sleeping bag and almost immediately passed out. When I woke up, another full day had passed. I was cold and hungry when I woke up. I built a campfire and cooked the deer meat I harvested yesterday. While the meat was cooking, I repaired the hacksaw I found. You never know when a hacksaw might come in handy. By the time the meat was done, I was warmed up. Maybe I should have rationed the meat, because this was the last food I had, but I was so hungry I ate all of it. Before I continued my exploration, I took a torch from the fire. Not for its light, but just to keep me warm. There was a very cold wind outside. Unfortunately, the wind blew out the torch. But on the bright side, I reached the top of the mountain and my exploration revealed that there were no wild animals on this level. Finally. There was a crashed plane that caught my attention. Near the plane there was a corpse. Upon inspection, this corpse turned out to be frozen, fully intact. No wolf bites. This confirmed that I finally reached a place where there are no wild animals. Inside the tail section of the plane, I found lots of cargo containers. These might hold valuable items, right? You betcha! Here is a list of what I found. A container of clothes, some of which were better than the clothes I had on. Tons of matches and accelerant. Bottled water and sweet carbonated drinks. A whole container full of military grade food that can't expire. A container full of useful tools. Another container full of soda drinks. A container with a super deluxe silicone companion doll. I'm gonna take her for a test drive tonight. A container full of coffee and tea. Nice and nice. A container of cured hides. They will keep me nice and warm. A container full of heavy-duty tools. More containers full of clothes. Very warm clothes, I might add. A container chock full of weapons and ammo. And last, but definitely not least, a container full of pills and alcohol. Woohoo! I'm staying here forever. Happy end for me. Celebratory fireworks.